Hey everybody, it's Pastor Dave of Christian Faith Fellowship. Just wanted to share something with you out here on the trails where I'm walking. A few years ago, I made some trails around the property by where we live and began to walk those trails in my time of prayer. As I did this, I was walking one day, and I've shared this before, that God told me, be still. Well, I stopped immediately, and I expected God to say something, but I didn't hear anything. And so before I took another step, what I did was I sat down on the ground right where I was, and I started the timer on my phone for 5 minutes. I figured if God wanted me to be still, there was a reason, and he wanted to say something to me or show me something, and so I waited. I'm embarrassed to tell you that the first time I looked at my phone to see if that 5 minutes was up, it was 3 minutes and 25 seconds still remaining. I felt convicted in that very moment and embarrassed at myself that I thought that I had been sitting there for the full 5 minutes and was ready to move. Well, God never did speak to me in that 5 minutes. I just sat there by myself, and I got up when the timer went off and continued my walk in prayer time. Later, when I was contemplating this and just being with God, I sensed in my heart what he was telling me was, Dave, you need to learn to be still before me. We all know those verses in the scriptures that says, be still and know that I am God. What God wanted me to do is just stop from always being doing and just confusion in my life and all the stuff that's going on, and spend some quiet time with him. Well, here we are 5.5 weeks into this pandemic shutdown thing, and a lot of us are just going crazy and ready to get back to life as usual. It's been difficult to wait, and I'm ready, like you all, chomping at the bit to get started and get life back moving in the right direction. So now when I think about it and I reflect back into scripture and some of the stories that we know of from the Bible, I think about Abraham and Sarah and God giving the promise of a child. And as they waited for God to fulfill the promise, they waited 11, nearly 12 years with no child. At that point, they took things in their own hands, as you all know the story there. And because they took things in their own hands and didn't wait on God, a huge problem has come that has plagued the earth ever since. While over in the Middle East, there is conflict and war between Israel and the other Arabic nations as a direct result of that attempt by Abraham and Sarah to do it their way and not wait on God. So I want to encourage you today to wait on God. Whatever you need from him, whatever you're asking for, whatever you're looking for, whatever promise he is giving to you, just wait. It's one of the more difficult things we have to do. Believe me, I understand it completely. But as I look back on their story, I realize, as you do, and they later realized, that 25 years after God gave the promise, he fulfilled the promise. We can't get ahead of God, so let's patiently wait on him and see what he's up to. He is working in this moment. This moment has not taken him by surprise, and he has a plan for us through it and after. All we have to do is wait on him and trust. May God bless you as you wait on him.
Thank you so much for checking us out online today. If you would like to hear more messages like these, you can hit the subscribe button down below to follow Christian Faith Fellowship. We would love it if you could share these with your friends and family, so that way they can know that they have a purpose and God has a plan for them too. We encourage you to download the Christian Faith Fellowship app. That way you can stay connected with our ministries wherever you go. Finally, thanks to everybody who gives financially and supports this ministry.